Man, I feel like these weeks are just going by pretty fast. Yeah, it's been quite an adventurous year so far. We're already into October and week 6. And bye weeks officially start this week, so yeah, lots to go over. On with the show once again.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is poppin', y'all? It's your man, Cloudboy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly Wednesday Predictions. It's been quite an eventful week. I've had a lot going on. Of course, if anybody follows me, I did not make a video on the recent Packers-Giants game. Because I was out of town, didn't have my computer, and I was so embarrassed by the end of the game. By the time I got home, I just did not really feel the need to make a video because I didn't want to rant about what happened. I just felt it was completely stupid to see that on a video. So, anyways, I kind of moved past that. I don't really care. Loss is a loss. A win is a win for them. But you know what? The season just keeps on going. And, you know, it is what it is. You can't win every game. But regardless, I got to cover all the rest of the games because football is king. We all know that. So anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts. And as always, keep on watching my videos. So anyways, let's kick it off with the Thursday Night Football matchup of the week. When you thought things couldn't get any worse, the Colts and the Broncos I thought was the worst matchup I've ever seen. Probably one of the worst games I've ever seen. And then this week we get the Washington Commanders versus the Chicago Bears. I almost called them the football team again, but whatever. Two awful teams. Awful teams. Carson Wentz is not a good quarterback. I think we've determined this by now. And the Bears just rely on their running game to win games. However, realistically, Justin Fields, I don't think is that bad. I mean, I watched Justin Fields play, and he actually isn't that bad of a quarterback, by any means. Not going to lie about it. But when I look at this, I feel like, I don't know, if I look at the matchup, I feel like this matchup is going to go to the Bears. I just think Washington just isn't really doing much this year. I don't know. So I'll just say Chicago wins. I don't really know who will win this game. I think both these teams are really not that good. Next up, we got for Sunday, and by the way, the teams that are on bye are the Detroit Lions, the Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, and Houston Texans. So at least Detroit, Las Vegas, and Houston fans don't have to watch their team be miserable for another week. So that's good. That's great. So Sunday, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Atlanta Falcons. San Francisco starting to look a little more dominant. They had a great dominant performance against the Panthers. Atlanta, you know what? They got robbed of a game because the refs want to give Tom Brady, because the refs want to make sure Tom Brady does not lose 3 times in a week. I get that. One of the worst roughing the passer calls I've ever seen, that's for sure. But, you know, Atlanta isn't as bad as I thought they were. Mariota's actually having a decent year. And, you know, they're doing everything they possibly can. But, you know, San Francisco should win this game. I think, you know, they have a very great... I think San Francisco should win the division this year. I think they are the best team in their division. So, that's how I feel. Next up, New England Patriots versus Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, I couldn't describe how Cleveland choked their own opportunities. Cleveland literally could take a field goal with the lead, and literally it was 3rd down. They could run the ball and take the lead with a field goal. Instead, they throw a pick. That was stupid. Then the Chargers go down, and they're not even to midfield. They go 4th and 4th, and they don't convert. So Cleveland has it in field goal range, and they miss the game-winning field goal. I don't know how much of a choke job that was on each front, but the Chargers literally got lucky and won that game. New England, on the other hand, they got Bailey Zappi right now at quarterback. Now, who knows if Mac Jones is going to be back or not, but literally these two guys are literally doppelgangers. They are literally the same people. It's crazy. But if I had to choose between the two, I think the Patriots, they don't really care. They lose people, they'll get new people back. So I think the Patriots will win this game. Next up, New York Jets, Green Bay Packers. Packers lost in London. They led 20-10, and they lost 27-22. Don't know what happened in the second half that caused the Packers to really lose. Yeah. They didn't run the ball. Their defense sucks. I don't know what it is. The Jets, they actually, ever since Zach Wilson's come back, their offense has completely changed, and they look so much more efficient. They dominated Miami last week. So it really actually concerns me as a Packers fan because I'm like, okay, I actually could see the Jets winning this game. But I feel like Packers at home, it just doesn't seem right that the Jets would come into Green Bay and win another game. I say Packers win this game. They should at least win this game. I think Rodgers has, I feel like that should happen. There have been many times that they really just are luckily winning, and I feel like they need a dominant win. I feel like this is the one they should do it right here. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts. I feel like the Colts should win this one. They just are embarrassing, but, I don't know what it is. Jacksonville could even win this game. But their division is so bad this year, honestly, like, Tennessee isn't even that good of a team, and they probably will still win the division. I'll say Indianapolis wins this game, but every time I pick Indy, they always lose, so I don't really know. Maybe Jacksonville will actually win. I don't know. Next up, Minnesota Vikings, Miami Dolphins. Tua is out once again. Skylar Thompson, who had to come in because of Teddy Bridgewater getting concussion, is going to start once again. Minnesota's on a roll right now, so I expect Minnesota to win once again. I just feel like that's how it is. I don't know if Skylar Thompson is going to lead Miami to another win. I can't expect that. Next up, Cincinnati Bengals, New Orleans Saints. Cincinnati, Cincinnati's got what it takes, I think, to win some games at this point. They'll start to get better. They started the season slow last year, and they started to really pick up later. So I feel like they'll win this game. Next up, Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants. New York Giants, right now, I think, are so shockingly good. I never would have thought it. Right now, if the season ended, Brian DeBoer would be Coach of the Year. There's no doubt in my mind. I would have never expected the Giants to be 4-1. However, they're facing a Baltimore team that right now should be winning games. And I feel like even though if the Giants win, I think we need to start talking about the Giants being the best team in the NFC. If not, then maybe not. But I think a lot of people are overlooking the Giants, but I'll be realistic and I'll pick Baltimore to win this game. I got to see it from the Giants to win another game to really give my trust. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Pittsburgh Steelers. It doesn't matter who's playing on your offense. They are still going to shit the bed this year. Tampa Bay should win this game. The Steelers just suck. They're going to suck this year. I don't really want to sit there and be the one to say it, but yeah, they are going to. Tampa Bay wins this one. Next up, Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Rams. Well, I'll say the Rams win this game because they're playing Carolina. Carolina can be happy that they fired their coach for once. Sam Darnold, I think that at this point they're really hoping that Sam Darnold comes back because Baker Mayfield apparently is on a walking boot and he's going to be out 2 to 6 weeks. But it really doesn't matter because their season's going nowhere anyway, so what does it really matter? At this point, Carolina, just lose as much as you possibly can and hope that you can draft Bryce Young. That's your best bet. Next up, Arizona Cardinals at Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is the most surprising team on this list. Geno Smith's actually playing pretty decent. Their offense is really good. So they are a real sleeper team. And I feel like Carroll was smart not to even take a quarterback. I think that they are decent enough to really build an offense and in the future draft a quarterback later. So I'm really pleased with where Seattle is. They still have a fantastic team. And I think, they can finish with a decent record if they really put their task to it. Arizona doesn't even impress me that much. Like, they could win this game, but they couldn't. I'll say Seattle wins, but, I'll say Arizona wins, but anything could possibly happen. I don't know. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Finally, we're seeing these two teams face off this year. Right now, I'd say these are the two best teams in the NFL this year. If I got to pick, I want to see Buffalo win this game. I feel like it'll be a great game to watch, but I feel like Buffalo will take advantage and win this game. Next up, we got the big rivalry, man. We got the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, one of the oldest rivalries ever. So, no word on if Dak Prescott is playing this week. Cooper Rush is still undefeated, which is a great sign to see. And honestly, we're starting to actually see a big dilemma. Like, Cooper Rush could actually be a legitimate starter. And honestly, people are starting to believe he's better than Dak Prescott. Now, who knows if that might be a little false, but we'll see when that happens. Philadelphia, at this point, I know they'll lose a game at some point. If Philly wins this, that'd be great, but who knows what'll happen. If Cooper Rush starts, that would be great. I feel like they have something else. Dak Prescott starts, I don't know what'll happen. If Dak Prescott loses, maybe something comes on. I never know what'll happen. If I had to pick between the two teams, I'll say Philly at home is going to win this game just because, they're at home, and I feel like you want to get a great game. And I feel like, at some point, Cooper Rush will have to eventually lose a game, so we'll see. And then Monday Night Football, we unfortunately have the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. At this point, why are the Chargers getting all these games? I'm getting pissed off about this. Like, the Denver Broncos are not a good team. We've seen that, yet they keep getting scheduled every week for a primetime game. I'm embarrassed. Their offense can't even do anything. Chargers win this game. And Russell Wilson's now banged up with his shoulder. So, I don't think Denver's going anywhere this year. They're not riding anywhere, that's for sure. So, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and do whatever to share my stuff. And as always, we'll see you